Roadmap on doing the echoes. That was where I was supposed to have been doing the echoes. Okay, I will. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Can we do, just for my benefit, can we do a little bit of like them doing that, like going into the part with the echoes?
Aaron's claiming for you.
Yeah, let's do it. Just second time through. Keep doing the when we sing, but I'll switch from doing the counter melody to doing the echoes. Nice. Okay. Erev Tov and Shabbat Shalom. As people are coming in and getting settled, we'll sing a nigun, a melody without words, just to kind of help ourselves fully arrive, start to make a bit of a container for all this sacred work, sacred noise we're going to be making this evening. 2,
Shabbat Shalom. Let's try that with just a tad bit more energy. We need to push that tornado warning aside with our voices. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Special welcome to all of those who are joining us over the power of live stream. A Shabbat Shalom to you as well. How good it is that we come together as family and as friends to join in our sacred day of rest and reflection, as well this special Shabbat to honor our cantor, our beloved cantor. It is so good to be together.
We have a couple of young friends who are going to come up and help us out a bit.
With that in mind, we invite forward our pop-up choir. As much as this is a pop-up choir, you will know if you're in the pop-up choir. But pop up and sing at any point throughout the service.
Ready?
Shir hallelujah, shir hallelujah. Hava nashira.
Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru, Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru, Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru, Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru Adonai. Shiru, Shiru Adonai. When we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, we are one.
We don't usually clap during our worship, but a round of applause for that final song, When We Sing, will come back around towards the end of the service. And we hope that everyone will join us in singing together. It is a delight to welcome the president of Temple Bethel, Marta Karlov, to offer a welcome on this special Shabbat. That doesn't happen for me very often.
Right on time. All right. Good evening, everybody, and Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. My name is Marta Karlov, and I serve as president of the Board of Trustees. This is a special Shabbat and a special weekend as we gather to celebrate our community and Cantor Jacob Namie's 7-year anniversary at Temple Bethel. Welcome to all of you joining us today here and online, members, friends, and special guests, Cantor Liz Pellin, Rabbi Cantor Jackie Menaker, Ben Pagliaro, Michelle and Tim Namie, Sean Namie, and Emeritus Rabbi Jonathan Beich. We are so glad you're here to share this celebration with us. Over the past 7 years, Cantor Namie has enriched TBE in countless ways. We have felt his impact in his singing, his teaching, his songwriting, and his leadership in music and prayer. And just as much in how he shows up for people, welcoming each person as they are, drawing from the deep knowledge of our tradition to offer exactly what they need in the moment. On a personal note, it's been a privilege for me to spend dedicated time with him during the past 2 years. During our time together, I gained an appreciation for his warmth, wisdom, and approach to Jewish life. I even attended his meditation class. Though sitting still is not one of my superpowers, I came to appreciate the beauty and value of the practice. Cantor, it is a joy to celebrate you and all you have given to our community. This weekend would not have been possible, though, without the leadership of Erica Serlin, Pam Robbins, and Debbie Kaiserman, who envisioned beautiful community gatherings full of prayer, music, learning, and of course, great and lots of food. Together with more than 60 volunteers and in partnership with our executive director, Stephanie Kushner, Rabbi Krasnet, Cantor Namie, Temple staff, they made it all happen. Thank you to each of you. I would also like to recognize that this weekend is made possible by the Blattner Family Music Fund, the Nathan Krasno Cantorial Fund, and the Temple Bethel Music Fund. As we celebrate together this weekend, may we take a moment to reflect on the ways Cantor Namie, alongside our incredible volunteers and Temple team, has touched our lives and strengthened our congregation. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Marta. So many people have helped make this weekend such a delight. And we will honor our cantor by inviting his mom and dad and his brother, Tim, Michelle, and Sean, up to join us on the bima as we light the Shabbat candles on page 120.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlikner shel Shabbat.
Page 142, we welcome the angels of Shabbat with the words of Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharim, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzidkem Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch.
Continue singing. Page 130, Lechune Radona Ladonai.
Lechune Radona Ladonai, Nari Alefurishenu, Echad Machanav B'todah, Vizmirot Nari Alo.
We've welcomed so many people. We haven't welcomed the Sabbath bride yet. So it's our time to do that. Page 138, 139. We'll sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9. And before verse 9, we'll rise and face the door as Shabbat's presence formally enters our community.
Lecha Dodi Amor וזכור בדיבור אחד השביענו אל המנוחה אדוני אחד כמו אחד השם כל תפארת ונתינה אחד דודי Shabbat ונעלמה כי היא מכל עבירה מראש מקרב נסוכה זו מעשה במחשבה תחילה איך אדוני נקרא קלה בחורף ומאורי אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלי תרומה לך אדוני נקרא קטנה ונשמה תקבלה Shalom, Ateret Ba'ala Yam B'Simcha U'B'Tzola Toch Emunei Am Tegula Oi Chara
Some of us were schmoozing beforehand. Let's take a moment to welcome one another. Turn to someone you do not know. If you find one of our CPAs, welcome back into our community after this.
What a pleasure.
Page 140.
More shir leyom ha-Shabbat.
To worship the Baruch Hu 146.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach leolam va'ed. Roll into dark. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Orei yom v'layla, oler or mipnei choshech, oler or mipnei choshech. Amariv Aravim.
Meditation before the Shema, the words of Ahavat Olam 150.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Asir mimenu leolamim Baruch atah Adonai Evamo Yisrael. Shema
seated 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברתם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם מאוד על ידך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Amen. Keep on singing on this Shabbat of song 158.
וגאלום יד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Seems that our ancients were afraid of the dark. Nighttime was ominous. There was lightning and thunder and storms. Sometimes their phones were buzzed with tornado warning. And so what the ancients did is they crafted a prayer for the evening that we say each night. Sometimes parents sing it to their children. It was a prayer of shelter and peace, the words of Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamitenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamitenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamitenu shomreinu l'chaim. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim.
Cantor Nami brings so much beautiful music, both new and the ones that he wrote, but also some of the classics. I love that this year he's really brought us this version of the Vishamru. In the middle of page 163, the words of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel, put to music by Dan Nichols.
A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a song on the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat has arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day. Arrived in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night, and eternity utters a day, and eternity utters a day.
Please rise. We'll enter the Amidah silently, the words of your heart, the words of the Siddur, and when you're done with your prayer, you may be seated.
Create a pure heart within me. Let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence. Flood me with your Holy Spirit. Create a pure heart within me. Let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence. Flood me with your Holy Spirit. Then I will stand and sing out the power of your forgiveness. I will teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home. I will teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home. Create a pure heart within me. Let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence. Flood me with your Holy Spirit. Create a pure heart within me. Let my soul wake up in your light. Open me to your presence. Flood me with your Holy Spirit. Then I will stand and sing out the power of your forgiveness. I will teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home. I will teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home. Adonai, open up my lips, and my mouth will declare Adonai, open up my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. I will
Teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home. I will teach your love to the lonely. The lost will find their way home.
Adonai, open up my lips, and my mouth will declare praise. Adonai, open up my lips, and my mouth will declare your praise. And my mouth will declare your praise.
There is a line from the book of Nehemiah toward the end of the Bible. When the 7th month arrived, the Israelites being settled in their towns, the entire people assembled as one man in the square before the water gate. And they asked Ezra the scribe to bring the scroll of the teaching of Moses, which Adonai had charged Israel. I love this story, this section of the Bible, because it talks about one person's ability and one person's responsibility to a community. And while he might be more apt to carry a guitar alongside that scroll, There are few people who have that ability to bring spirit and joy and majesty together better than our cantor. He, like Ezra the scribe, brings forth the teaching of Moses to the people, that very same Torah that has guided our people. But it's more than Torah. A famous story taught by my teacher, Rabbi Janet Martyr. It says that what really matters in a clergy is not a flood of glib speech or soaring music or dazzling professional technique. What counts is whether they live Torah and embody Torah when they are off the bima. The story says to look especially at the little things, the small and practical details of life. How does the cantor treat the people that work around him? How does a cantor talk to his friends and family when nobody else is around to see? How does he behave in social situations when he's off duty? That's the test. Can you only learn Torah from music and prayer and study, or can you learn it simply by watching how he lives? Well, we all know Jacob is a wonderful person, big-hearted and caring. He is compassionate and has a deep moral compass. When we think of the community that we want to be here at Bethel, whether we think about it in small staff meetings or in large group conversations, Jacob is always the one that reminds us that we need to be a community to all people all the time. The new member, the person with limited mobility, the LGBT teen who might be having a tough time at school, the senior citizen, the longtime member, the person who recently suffered a loss, the more traditional Jew, the interfaith family, the toned and the not so toned. That was supposed to be a joke, so. Liz, are you with me on that one? Jacob, though sometimes cautious, interacts with people well. Our choir, our Torah study learners, the introduction to Judaism class, his meditation group. He especially connects with middle schoolers, no easy feat, with whom he guides with wisdom and with full compassion through Hebrew school and bar and bat mitzvah studies. He does this without prejudging them and without holding grudges. Yet some of my favorite images of our cantor, and this is going to be apt in a second, are leading our youngest, the tots. I wouldn't say this is his natural muscle. Yet Jacob is dynamite in approaching this curious group who bring Jewish wonder to their interactions with him. He's on the floor leading worship and singing songs and even hopping like a frog on Passover. I especially like, and I think one of my most favorite moments of the entire year is consecration, the kickoff to Jewish learning and to the wonder of Torah. When as a group, these kindergartners stand before the ark under a beautiful talit and lock eyes with our cantor as he sings blessings of Torah. Ivdu et Adonai b'simcha. Serve God with joy. I think tonight is a little bit of a consecration moment, not just for our kindergartners, but for us. And Jacob, I hope you feel it too. The English word consecration translates to kiddusha in Hebrew. You might know that word. It's common in our liturgy and in our synagogue vocabulary. Kiddush, kaddish, kiddushim. To consecrate means to help you experience kiddusha, sacred holiness in service to God and this community. With a cantor, that act of kiddusha doesn't happen immediately. It happens over time, year after year, until patiently and incrementally, and 7 years later, you have a cantor to be with in joy and in sadness, a cantor next to you under the chuppah, or at the bedside of a loved one, or at the mikveh. He'll visit you at the hospital, and he'll teach your kids' confirmations class. He'll reach out when you're feeling alone, or he'll challenge you when you're feeling indifferent. Over 7 years, 7 years no doubt filled with blessings and burdens, filled with sunny skies and tornado warnings. That Kiddusha grows. You come to know each other, and you come to trust each other. You understand what this relationship is all about. You admire his strong backbone. You'll be moved by his voice and his ability to transmit our sacred teaching through song. You'll be drawn to his reflections and his teachings. And that is the cantor we have. I do, though, in all this moment of delight and joy and celebration, want to offer us a challenge. The challenge for this congregation is to embrace the holiness Cantor Nami reveals to you and to acknowledge that each one of us is a vessel for the holiness of the Kehillah Kiddushah, this holy congregation. May we offer our jars to each other and fill them with holiness. In the years ahead, let's sing with him and study with him and pray with him. Let's seek him out when life is painful. Let's say yes to him rather than I'm too busy or I can't right now. Let's show up for him. Let's bring your children and your grandchildren to try new things with him. Let's pay heed to him when he gives you advice, or to be open to him when he gently nudges you out of your comfort zone. And Jacob, that challenge is for you too, though. We don't want you to be the same cantor as you are now in 7 more years. We need you to grow, to experiment, to build new relationships, to try and to fail, to push yourself as well as pushing our community. We need you to add new music, both literally and figuratively, to our holy community. I'll adapt a reading from Pirkei Avot that suggests what tonight is all about. Aseh lecha chazan, k'nei lecha chaver. Find yourself a cantor, acquire yourself a friend. Bethel, we've done a really good job. Cantor and friend together. May these next years of sacred partnership also be a pathway where we share the most purpose-filled connections with one another. Tonight I say to all of us, and especially to Cantor Jacob Nami, let's keep our eyes focused on the things that matter. Let's keep them fixed on our dreams and on the visions that we share, and on those sacred ideals. May God bless us and bless him on the great journey that continues to unfold before us. Ken Yehi Ratzon.
Shabbat Shalom. You're going to hear me talk for a little bit now, too. There's a beautiful line from the Shabbat and Festival morning service that begins, Ilufidu male shira kayam. Even if our mouths were filled with song like the sea, our tongues with joy like the crashing waves. The prayer goes on to say that even if we could express ourselves as fully and freely as the entirety of creation, we would never be able to fully express our gratitude for all of the blessings that have brought us to this moment. Friends, I am so deeply grateful to be here with you all in this moment. Grateful to have served as your cantor for almost 7 years now. Grateful for all of the experiences we've shared together, for all of the music we've made together, for all the ways we've shown up for each other in times of joy and grief, and in all those in-between moments that make a community strong, moments that have forged the deepest of bonds between us. There's no way to fully capture what these years have meant to me. No way to fully name all of the relationships, the small and the large moments, all the ways that you've let me into your lives over the last several years, the ways that you've shaped me. When I think back to the beginning of my time here, I remember meeting a congregation that was already very clear to me was very deeply invested in creating sacred community. I remember being struck even before I was offered the job by how many people brought their whole selves into this space, some through volunteering, some through leadership, some through music or combinations thereof, and some through simply showing up with open hearts. Over time, I've come to understand that as one of the defining qualities of Temple Beth El, an awareness that sacred space isn't something that just exists here. It's something that we have to all create again and again by offering what's in our hearts. And in a way, that's what I see reflected here tonight. Singers and musicians who have helped to elevate and deepen our worship experience. Volunteers who have helped with every stage of the planning and execution of this weekend. People who have baked, people who have helped to drive and offer rides to out-of-town guests, people who have donated materials, donated time, all of these voices, all of these offerings coming together. Like the offerings the ancient Israelites brought for the building of the Mishkan, that sacred tent where God's presence would dwell among the people as they wandered in the wilderness. The Torah teaches that these offerings were brought not out of a sense of obligation or coercion, but that they were brought by all whose hearts were moved to do so. Time and again, this congregation demonstrates what it takes to make sacred community by people who show up for one another, who feel moved to contribute, to participate, to build. And that, to me, is what makes all of this so holy. I love that the rabbi emphasized this sense of kedusha, of holiness that we create together. The past almost 7 years have also not necessarily been a straight line. Navigating the COVID pandemic that began the middle of my first year here taught us all kinds of new ways to come together and support one another. We learned how to pivot. Flashbacks for everyone. We learned how to pivot constantly, how to deal with disappointments and how to still find blessings even within those disappointments. I had a moment like that toward the very beginning of the pandemic. Some of you might remember that my installation was one of the very first, perhaps the first large event that was canceled because of the pandemic. I remember sitting with that moment, feeling the disappointment, the uncertainty, and yet also this strange and profound sense of gratitude just to be here in Madison, to be connected with all of you, even in the midst of everything that was unfolding. Out of that moment came a piece of music that I'm going to share with you all in just a couple of minutes. At the heart of that piece is a quote from a teaching in the Talmud, which you may recognize because it's on the concert programs and the calendar events and things like that. Bimkom reina sham tehei tefillah, literally in a place of song, let there be prayer, or where there is song, let there be prayer. At the time, that idea had taken on a really unique resonance. For me, I think for many of us too, because for a long time we weren't able to be in this space together. We had to find new ways of singing, new ways of connecting, new ways of being in community. And what I learned, and what I think many of us learned, is that the holiness of what we do has never been dependent on a building. It lives in the singing itself, in the intention behind it and the relationships that hold it. And now, standing here tonight surrounded by so many voices, some of whom are part of the community every week, and some of whom have come from many different parts of my life, it feels like that idea has come full circle. I want to take a moment to acknowledge the people who have come to be here, my family, my teachers, my friends, my colleagues. Each of you has shaped me, guided me, supported me, helped me become the person and the cantor that I am. And the fact that you're here together with this community that has become such a central part of my life means more than I can say. It feels like different strands of my life being woven together into one tapestry, notes being woven together into a magnificent symphony. If there's one thing I've come to believe more deeply over these past almost 7 years, it's this, that music is not just something that we do here, it's something that we build with, something that we hold each other with, something that helps us to say things that we don't always have the words for. So as I stand here tonight, I keep coming back to that image from the liturgy that I mentioned earlier, of mouths filled with song like the sea. Because when I listen to this community sing, whether it's the literal singing that we might do on an ordinary Friday night, or the many ways in which we express ourselves and connect with each other that also form their own kind of song, I hear something that feels expansive, dynamic, deep, sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, but always alive, and I feel so incredibly lucky to be one voice among many in that sacred sound. There's so much more I could say, but like the prayer I started with suggests, there's only so much that words alone can hold. So instead, I do want to turn to music. This piece that I'm about to share with you all, some of you may have heard it before. I began writing it in that strange and tender moment in the early days of the pandemic when we didn't know exactly what this journey together was going to look like, even as we knew that we were in it together. It's a reflection on what it means to find prayer in song, find song in prayer, and through it all to find connection to one another, to God, and to our deepest, truest selves. So I'll start by myself, but if at some point you feel that you're comfortable joining in, you are absolutely and certainly welcome to do so. במקום רינה, שם תהא תפילה. Where there is song, let there be prayer. במקום רינה, שם תהא תפילה. If you sing along, oh, God will be there. Wherever you sing, there you will pray. Even when you don't know what to say. As long as the song comes from deep inside your heart, God knows that's the best place to start. במקום רינה, שם תהא תפילה. Where there is song, let there be prayer. במקום רינה, שם תהא תפילה. Oh, God will be there. If God is in the song, does he hide behind the notes? Or is there something secret that she wrote? Or maybe they sing too through the voice of me and you, helping us to sing what's good and true. במקום רינה, שם תהא תפילה. Where there is song, let there be prayer. במקום רינה, שם תהא תפילה. You sing along. Oh, God will be there. You sing along, sing strong, and we know we all belong. And maybe, just maybe, just maybe, just maybe, oh, God will be there. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to sing that again tomorrow night, by the way.
When we sing along and when we pray along, maybe God will be there. One way we do that each Shabbat is through our healing prayer, Misha Berach Lecholim, in the middle of page 371 in your prayer book. If you're offering prayers for healing for anyone on this Shabbat, I invite you to share their name out loud so we can add them to our prayer. Is our season of counting as we head towards the holiday of Mount Sinai, the holiday of Shavuot. On page 570, we have what is called the Sfirat HaOmer, the counting of the Omer. Each day we count up. The beautiful tradition where we count up to the seminal moment of receiving Torah on Mount Sinai. We'll offer the meditation and then the blessing together.
היום 16 יום, שהם שני שבועות ושני ימים לעומר. Today is 16 days, which is 2 weeks and 2 days of the Omer. Yai, lai, 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 lai.
If you're able, we once again rise on the top of 586 for the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu L'Shabeach Adon HaKol, Aleinu L'Alenu Zereshit, Shemot Hashamayim Ve'yosei Haaretz, Umoshav Yikaro, Hashamayim Yuhar, Shemot ככתוב בתורתך, ארוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, היה אדוני, למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא, יהיה אדוני אחד.
With all the joy of Shabbat, the joy of family and friends coming together, we know that there are some who come to our service this evening thinking of a loved one who is no longer with us. The words of Mourner's Kaddish are on page 598. If I read the name of your loved one, I invite you to rise in their honor, and then we'll rise as one community and say Mourner's Kaddish together. In this period of Shiva, first week since passing, remember Austin Greenberg and a longtime Temple Beth El member, Joanne Salen. In this period of Shloshim, the 30 days since passing, we remember William Fenberg, Virginia Anderson, and Corley Blumenfeld. This yahrzeit, the anniversary of death, we remember with love Martin Bernstein, Marcy Brower, Shirley Cohn, Norman Cousin, Edward A. Dutchkron, Sadie Dinnen, Eva Dizen, Chaim Ehrenreich, Bertha Feldman, Carol M. Fells, Honey Fields, Isidore Fine, Samuel Flexer, Faye Johnswald, Ralph E. Klein, Rose Cohn, Richard D. Levine, Linda Lutters, George S. Marcus, Frida Melnick, Josephine S. Mendow, Marshall Mitzman, Robert E. Monat, Hilda A. Morgenstein, Eleanor Oppenheimer, Irving A. Porter, Ted Reeder, Beverly Reutman, Carolyn Sachs, Gary Schmidt, Anna Shapiro, Max Silverman, May Sinaiko, Kenneth Hirsch Solomon, Rose Steinig, Paul Turkheimer, Dorothy Elaine Weisfield. If you're thinking of someone whose name I did not read, I invite you to rise at this time and share their name out loud with our community.
Alice Hutchinson, Marion Goodall.
Renee Rubin. Daddy Ratter.
We rise as one community. Yitkadal v'yitkadash She'erah Yamad yirach yirtei yamrit malchutei v'chayei kol yom echon v'chayei kol Eis Yisrael ha'gala u'zman kari v'yimru amen Yitzbarach le'olam u'lalei almaya. Yivarach v'yishabach v'yitpahar v'yitronam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal shnei dusha v'rifu. Le'ela mikol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata b'nechemata. Damiram b'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, u'yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru amen. Seat for one more moment. Just a few minor announcements. One, we really do hope you stay and mingle and celebrate, but our request is you head out these doors and put your Sidurim and your programs away before you head to the Oneg. It will really help our facilities group setting up for a huge weekend with lots of things. So don't just cut through the barriers behind there. Amanda's there guarding to make sure no one tries the Red Rover game. I do want to point out that this month, the month of April, we're collecting tzedakah for a really important organization. It's the organization called the Association for Civil Rights in Israel, ACRI. Each month we've been selecting an important organization, and they are really working hard to have any vision of shared society in the land of Israel. Fighting on behalf of both Israelis and Palestinians, for democracy, for Reform Jews. Those organizations are really under the gun in the land of Israel these days. So we ask you to be as generous as possible. You can make a donation on the Bethel webpage. You can send a check to the office with our month tzedakah, or there is a tzedakah box right outside. It is under the Rabbi Jonathan Beitch plaque to honor our social justice heroes. It will tell a little bit more about those organizations. We ask that you be as generous as possible. Cantor, we didn't want to mess with anything tomorrow night because we know you have worked hard and it's a program. But I am going to take this opportunity to invite forward Debbie and Pam and Erica and Dale to offer you a present on behalf of the entire Temple Bethel community. These are the amazing people who have done hours and hours of work to help make this entire weekend flow.
And we'll have more to say tomorrow, but we just are filled with such gratitude and want to thank you all for coming out tonight. Hope you'll stay for all the festivities this weekend, despite the crazy weather. We're really honored to present a gift to you, Enter Jacob. And you don't have to open it now because it will be... No. It will be on display during the Oneg. So that's another invitation for everybody to come back, come see it, come eat more. Lots of delicious food and desserts, and please do mingle and meet people you haven't met. This is quite a gathering. So I want to say just a few words about what we got. We chose a tree of life to honor Cantor in appreciation for all the ways you have enriched our congregation's spiritual and musical life. And we chose the Tree of Life by an artist who's a Judaica artist we think is quite wonderful. And because of all the many things that the Tree of Life represents, both for our own temple and for Jews all over the world, everywhere over time. We hope that, we also want to mention that we will be presenting a kudo board to you for folks to express their electronic wishes and appreciations. It's not too late. The deadline has been extended so that we can also send some comments from this weekend and some photos if people would like. It will be accompanied by a published book. And I guess I also wanted to say that, what was it about that? Oh yes, for people who do not want to express themselves electronically, there's a basket on one of the high tops just coming into the social hall. If you want to drop off pre-written cards anytime over the weekend, or there are cards there you can fill out from Temple's, courtesy of Temple's gift shop. So I think we're ready to move on. Anything anybody else want to add to that? Okay, all right.
I'm not going to let anyone add anything else to that. We have an ODEG to get to, so.
So, friends.
Oh, no, sorry.
Oh.
Kendra, we need you up here as well. You're not allowed to say anything until I say you can, okay?
Oh.
I didn't know.
Properly.
I am lacking a physical item because it is in my office and the door is locked. Not that we can keep anything a secret from you anyways, but if you don't know that one of the many, many roles that Cantor Jacob plays is he is a huge part of religious school every week. In addition to teaching sixth grade, on Sundays he runs our entire music program, leads tefillah, leads tots and tunes, and impacts every single student at religious school over the years that he's been here. And the children, the students, have so much affection for you. And so what they did is they all wrote notes to the cantor on little note-shaped paper. And we assembled it into a book for you, and it's just an outpouring of love and admiration for everything that you do for our school. And it's just so obvious from the things that the kids have to say, how much they love and adore you. And we're so grateful that you are our cantor and that we get to learn from you every day and be in your presence. And thank you for being here.
I'd like to take this opportunity to invite forward the Rabbi Emeritus of Temple Beth El. Rabbi Jonathan Beich will bring Rabbi Winnig, and Rabbi Ehrlich, will you come up here too? And then maybe we'll invite Cantor Pell, will you join us? And Rabbi Cantor Menaker, will you join us? And we'll ask you all to rise for a benediction.
In the 31st chapter of the book of Exodus, toward the end, we learn what are our responsibilities as members of the Israelite community, as members of the Jewish community. The artisans have their responsibility in finishing up the Mishkan, the dwelling place of God, the temple. The priests have their responsibility in terms of sacrifices and in terms of bringing a certain level of Kedusha to the community. But the covenant of the people is the covenant of Shabbat, which we are all here to celebrate. And in those words, we have very familiar words, which we didn't sing tonight. I know it is done normally in other times here at Beth El. But at the end of Vishamru, it says, Vayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash. On the seventh day, God rested, and this translation says, and was refreshed. We get so much refreshment from being here. I'm not talking about the food. We get so much refreshment from being in a community that is beautiful, that is varied, that is distinct, and that is loving. And all these people, Jacob, have come. That's the way we do things. It's etiquette. is here in your honor, and we are so pleased. But I want to offer a different translation. Vayom hashvi'i shavat vayinafash. On the seventh day, we are rested and we are enthused. Because the word vayinafash can also be enthused and enlivened and given a new spirit. And that is the spirit that you have given us. And so we, throughout the ages and today and into the future, thank you and know how much we are honored by how much you move us and enliven us and enthuse us. Yasher Koach and Shabbat Shalom to you. I will turn it back to Rabbi Present.
We'll sing our final song.
If you sang in the service and you want to come back up, like many of the kids who sang earlier want to come back up, you're welcome to. That is a pressure-free invitation. That is a pressure-free invitation, but we're all going to sing together. When we sing, pray twice. When we sing, we are one. Shir Adonai, 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 Shir Adonai. We say, pray twice. We say, When we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, we are one.
Page 123.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri harafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzachanu v'shamat kodsho v'yahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereishit. Yom Tehillah l'Nikra'ei Kodesh Zecher Yetziat Mitzrayim Ivanu ba'arta v'yotanu kidasha mikol ha'amim v'shabat kodsha v'yahava u'ratzon Inachartanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. How about that? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
everything above and beyond. Hardest working new member ever.